Hi friends, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. I know it's been a little bit since you've probably seen me here. I asked my husband what he wanted for dinner tonight. He's been bugging this for like 3 days now, so I have to just do something about it. And he has actually ate it with just in the Instapot on the stove and stuff. But he says, can you really make it next time with the actual, put it in a crock pot? So that's what we're going to do today. And what's going to happen, I'm going to be using some of my freeze-dried stuff, some of my own canned things, and then some that's actually store-bought. So it's going to be a little combination of a little bit of everything. And of course, you can obviously change how I do this to suit your own family and your own personal needs. I'm just trying to make this as fast as possible to get this actually in here so it can sit there for a few hours before dinner. So I'll bring it down here and show you what I'm going to do. So I have my little crock pot over here. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my tomato sauce. And I'm going to be using a full quart of tomatoes. And what I usually just do is I take my knife and I take the lid off. Go ahead and put those in there. And I'm going to be using some red beans and some pinto beans if I can. Do the same thing. Here's the red beans. I'm going to stir that up just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put in a can of green chilies. Alright, a little of my freeze-dried onions. I did forget to bring one thing out, but I'll grab that real quick. So my freeze-dried green beans, or green peppers. Alright. And my husband does like this with actually a beef cube, you know, the beef broth put in here, so I forgot to grab that, but I will. Put in some hamburger that's also freeze-dried. Alright. Salt and pepper. I'm not adding as much salt as I would like to because it's going to have the bouillon cube in there, which is salty. A little bit of chili powder, onion powder, and garlic powder together. That works out so good. I'm glad I did that for vacation, by the way. A little bit of cumin, however you want to say that. Alright. Now I might have to add more spices as this cooks. Go ahead and get this tossed up here. Get it tossed, and then I'll go ahead and throw in that bouillon cube. And of course, anyone who knows that's ever, as a child, ate a bouillon cube, you know you only do that once in your lifetime, right? You never usually ever do that again. And I don't know why they put that bouillon cubes in fancy foil packages, because, you know, as a kid, we don't believe our parents saying that that's not candy. So what's going to happen is this might be a little bit thicker than I want to be. I might have to put a little bit of water in here because obviously the hamburger, onions, and green peppers are going to need to reconstitute. And of course, the bouillon cube, which will actually just melt in here when it's time, so, you know, when it gets warm enough and it starts melting. Now, I don't know for sure how my husband wants to have this with, if it was just plain chili tonight, or I don't know how he wants it. I don't know for sure if it's going to be like chili cheese fries, or he just wants a nice bowl of chili. I'm not for sure. I'll find out when he gets home from work. So, anyways, this is all nice and stirred up. And then what's going to happen is I'm just going to go ahead and put that on low, plug this in, and this will get ready. And what I'll do is I'll bring you back once this has been cooking for a few hours, give you a sneak peek. And then once it's been cooking and it's done, then I'll bring it back for dinner time and serving. Alright, so I just made up 4 slices of the garlic bread that I'm going to go ahead and throw in the June. I just videoed that whole thing and it just disappeared. I don't know what happened. And then what's going to happen is I have the soup ready to go in the crock pot. We'll get this out and we'll be right back. Alright, here's what the chili looks like. Give that one final stir. I put cheese on the top of my chili. Mark does not. But he added just a little bit extra chili powder for his liking. So we'll go ahead and get this spooned up here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get Mark some soup out here. Alright. I don't know if he's going to have any crackers with his or anything, but I'll just go ahead and get mine. Now, what I was saying is with this leftover chili that we're going to have, I said this on the first part, but obviously that part didn't tape. I'm just going to go ahead and put some cheese on here. And what I'm going to be doing is tomorrow, I'm sure Mark is okay with it, but to take like this, and people that's older will remember, back in the day, Wendy's used to have their nachos made out of their chili. So I think what we'll do tomorrow is we'll have nachos made out of chili, and then whatever's left, then we'll just freeze for some other meal at some point. So this just makes it really nice. Like I said, we got about 3 more minutes on the garlic bread, but this is the chili. I guess I should have done it without the cheese. This is the chili, and hopefully you enjoyed this. And Mark says he does definitely enjoy this more, being actually in the crock pot versus the Instant Pot or the stove. So let me know if you ever do make this, and if you do ever make the nachos out of the leftover chili. Let me know down in the comments down below. I hope you've enjoyed this and have a very, very blessed and wonderful day.